What's up everyone, Arctic here with my thoughts and impressions review of the Razer Chimaera 5.1 wireless headset. This is Razer's first all-out attempt at a wireless solution specifically for the Xbox 360, but the headset does retain compatibility with the PC. There are two different models. You have the standard edition Chimaera and the Chimaera 5.1, and they have two different pricing options. You have the standard Razer Chimaera model, which starts in at about $130 at $129.99. And then you have Razer's high-end model, the 5.1 Chimaera, which is priced at $199.99. It features a 5.8 gigahertz wireless frequency, 5.1 Dolby Digital Surround Sound, an equalizer, dedicated local voice channel. It has 50mm drivers, 8-hour battery life with two AAA batteries. In actuality, you get about 6 hours. It has 3-hour charge time, and you can connect it via digital optical or RCA connections. Now I'm going to break this thoughts and impressions review into three parts: the design and overall durability, the sound quality and microphone quality, and then I'm going to finish it off with my final verdict. So stick around, guys. Let's get into this review. I feel like I really want to like the design of the Chimaera. It just has a few nagging issues that persistently irritated me. The headset sports a black-on-black design, mixing a matte black and glossy black to create the two-tone finish that you see here. It doesn't really stand out except for when it's turned on because the Razer green illuminates the buttons. The Chimaera headset itself is an over-ear design and houses traditional foam cushioning along the ear cups and the top band. I considered it to be pretty comfortable when wearing it. Like most headsets, they do also have adjustable bands, which are numerically ordered just in case someone happens to mess with them, like your little brother or something like that when you're not home. A major plus for me with the design was the button allocation on the Chimaera. I felt like it was pretty intuitive, fairly simple and straightforward. The left side's primary duty is to function as the control center for the kickstand microphone, but it also powers the headset. The power button is located down below, and the mute mic button is located here up above. You also mute the mic button by flipping up the kickstand mic. On the right side, things get a little more complex, but its primary duty is to function as the control center for the gain volume. On the bottom button, it mutes the volume with a short tap or syncs your headset with the audio dock with a long press. The top button changes the mode from Xbox Live Chat to dedicated local LAN chat, but I don't expect many people to use that function. The primary design aesthetic that I disliked on the Chimaera is simply how massive the headset is to wear. You seriously feel like you're directing air traffic at like a major airport like JFK or O'Hare or something like that. Like you should be playing a flight simulator instead of a shooter or a game. It's just huge. In comparison to, let's say, the Astro A40, which the majority of gamers out there consider a large headset, the Chimaera just puts them to shame. It's significantly larger in all facets of its design. They are seriously the only headset that I could plainly see out of my peripheral vision. It was kind of daunting. The kicker is they aren't very heavy, which kind of brings me to my next point. And this is purely based on the price of the unit, not necessarily that I want a bulky or heavy headset. They feel a little on the cheap side. That's not to say that I've had any problems with the durability, but they just don't feel like a solid headset. The plastic feels a tad flimsy. I think they were going for a lighter headset design because they knew this thing was pretty big. But the best way for me to put it is the price just doesn't fit the feel of the headset. The wireless headset is also not completely wireless. Some people may nag about this, but the Xbox Live Chat cable still needs to be run from the bottom of the controller to the headset. At the very least, you have a wireless controller in the Chimaera. The setup will be about 90% wireless. Now, this is an issue that had plagued a lot of wireless headset manufacturers out there. I have heard that Triton and Turtle Beach have created adapters or are in the process of creating wireless adapters, so you get a completely wireless solution. So let's not fault Razer too much on that one. It is a common problem, little late, but hopefully they fix that in the next iteration. Despite the plastic feel of the Chimaera, the durability I felt like was pretty solid. Keep in mind, I logged about 80 hours worth of gameplay with the headset. My only concern lies along the top band because these are not overly flexible headsets. The top band feels a little rigid and houses a lot of tension. So if you're one of those people that pulls out and over, most people do, then you may crack the headset along that spot. I know that's happened in the AX720s. It happened in the Astros. That screw would pop loose. It's just my unofficial disclaimer warning. So you've been warned. So we're at the part of the review that everyone wants to hear about, the sound quality. And I'm going to be honest here, folks, while I'm considered an audiophile to most of you out there, when I'm playing games, I only care about one thing and one thing only, because I play a lot of shooters and I despise being killed by someone running up behind me. It's, can I hear footsteps? This is the primary question that a lot of you gamers out there ask. People watching this review ask that. Regardless of the headset, that's the number one question I get across the board. The short answer for this is yes, I can hear footsteps with the Chimaera. The Chimaera 5.1, I can hear footsteps, and it does an even better job distinguishing various in-game sounds across the board. Sound quality is superb. So in Gears of War 3, I could distinctly hear footsteps from a pretty good distance across different maps and different instances. This in-game example here is from the map Old Town. Again, we're playing Gears of War 3. I get a kill here, and I can actually hear the enemy respawning. You can hear it in the video, but I could hear it just with superb clarity. You can hear the enemy respawning, and he runs up behind me after I get this sequence of kills. And my reaction, because I heard him and knew he was coming, after I got that kill, I immediately turned around and killed him. Now, I'm not saying this would have happened or could not have happened without headsets, but there's a big time chance that it wouldn't have happened. And I don't know if it would have happened with a different headset, or if I could have heard it or not. But with the Chimaera 5.1, I was able to hear and make that play. Now, if you want to fine-tune things on the Chimaera 5.1, it allows you to turn up the bass or treble by pressing the EQ button on the dock. The color of the lighting will change, which lets you know which one you're doing, bass or treble. Now comes the biggest flaw with the Chimaera 5.1, and it's going to be a deal breaker for some of you out there. I was greatly dissatisfied with the microphone on the standard Chimaera and the Chimaera 5.1. It was way too sensitive. When testing the mic, I was asked repeatedly to mute my mic. Now you have to understand that during competition season, Skyless plays right beside me in a simulated land environment, and he was doing so in Gears of War 3. The complaint was to mute my mic. That's never occurred in any other scenario where he has been sitting next to me and I've had another headset on. It only occurred with the Chimeras. That's scenario 1, issue 1. Scenario 2, issue 2, my girlfriend was sitting roughly 15 feet away from me and talking on the phone. Again, I was asked to mute my mic. I was constantly asked to mute my mic because it was picking up everything in the house. Water faucets, people setting down plates, some other object that I didn't even know made a sound people were asking me to mute my mic on. So it was greatly disturbing to my game flow and communication, and it's just a deal breaker for me. This problem directly conflicts with Razer's daisy chain option on the Chimaera 5.1 with dedicated local chat channel. So if everyone can hear each other through their microphone of the person sitting beside them, you'd have a cluster, you know what, of background noise, essentially negating the purpose of a dedicated LAN chat channel in the first place. So this microphone is just too sensitive for me to use in competition. I could not use this if I were playing in a game battles or Major League Gaming thing. If I was in a party chat, I would have my mic muted, and that basically breaks the function of Xbox Live Chat. I mean, it just wouldn't work. And I thought it would change from the Chimaera to the Chimaera 5.1, but it was a persistent problem and just a no-no for me. So the final verdict, guys, I know I have quite the competitive gaming following. I'm sorry, but this headset is just not for you if you're a competitive gamer. If you're looking into Major League Gaming or local LAN competitions, you shouldn't be interested in a wireless headset in the first place. They're typically banned from use at major events because event organizers don't want to chance a wireless spectrum ruining the event through interference of some sort. Hey, I know it's crazy, but those are the rules. If you play with friends and have some type of isolated room like a man cave or play in an office space with minimal background noise, I would highly recommend the Chimaera or the Chimaera 5.1. If you play by yourself, you don't talk much when gaming. That seems to be a frequent thing online anyway. The Chimaera will be a great purchase for both single player and multiplayer games. Razer is really close to nailing it with the Chimaera 5.1. It has a pretty comfortable, straightforward design. The battery life on the standard Chimaera is great at 10 to 11 hours, and the battery life on the Chimaera 5.1 was not as good, as slightly above average. Sound quality is superb for the 5.1, but the microphone quality is just a purchase killer for me and my competitive team-oriented gaming style. All in all, it's actually one of the better wireless headset solutions for the Xbox 360, and I think the vast majority of gamers would enjoy the headset despite some of its flaws. So this has been Arctic with my thoughts and impressions review of the Razer Chimaera 5.1 wireless headset. I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you enjoyed it, please make sure to press that like button down below and make sure to subscribe for all my upcoming gear, gadget, and game content. This has been Arctic. Peace.